Have you watched all these videos about like resonance, vocal fold mass, pitch, all the stuff, and you're like, God, all this doesn't make sense and it doesn't work. Well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is I got the answer for you. The bad news is what I'm about to share with you, you are most likely taking for granted. You do this every single day. You might think it's easy, and therefore you don't think it's really all that important. So what is it? Why can't you get it? Well, my darlings, you need to learn about breath. So if you just didn't scroll away when I said breath, then you're here because you actually want to change your voice, not because you want a shortcut. So to be really brief, I need to explain what resonance is. Resonance is space. The more space we have, the darker the sound. The less space we have, the brighter the sound. But when we create less space, that puts a lot of back pressure on our voice. And herein lies the crux of trans feminine voice training. The reason that it is so hard for countless trans women to change their voice is because when you shrink the voice and you don't apply the airflow, the voice just is this nasally mush of sound. That's the technical term. So do an exercise for me real quick. I would like you to imagine that you are blowing a bug off of the screen. Now, alternatively, I want you to think about fogging up a window in front of you. Pause the video and do that a few times. What you should have noticed is that the breath in the bug blowing had a lot more resistance. You had to work harder to get that airflow out compared to where you're fogging up the window. The airflow didn't have resistance. It was just falling out. You ran out of breath quicker and you could barely sustain, you could barely support the breath. So resonance is the same way, only now we apply a sound to that breath. So in this way, we take that nee sound really nasally, really bright. The brighter, the better. And where you used your diaphragm a moment to push that airflow out, what I want you to do is take that diaphragm and make that nasally sound breathy. This is really hard. This is not easy. You most likely will not get this on the first try. Nee. And in fact, I didn't even do it right on the first try. E. Did you notice how the first one I let the resonance go? I let the resonance go because it was easier. The second one, I did it right. It was harder. I had to work harder for it. Practice.